Okay, Coach. Well, after the season ends, the Chargers most likely moving about 12 miles north of here. But for now, we've got football at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and our home team. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded about a yard deep. They juked him. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here. And watch the line.
Play action now. Cousins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down. Now Cousins. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
Let's get off the field.
Hey, Haywood.
He's coming. We got double up.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
10 logo.
Watch 54.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 5-4. You're not ready. Why? Get wide. Quick that.
Smooth.
Check go.
On second down, Eckler. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to you.
Hey, exit.
Back to you. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. You rush.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now a toss play to Eckler. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Let's go. 8 read.
Like 5-4. Get him. Watch out. He's coming. Double up.
Here's Justin Jackson, second-year man out of Northwestern. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
53. Mike, 53. Here we go. Shoot. You go tight. You got tight right there. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Hey, seam 6.
53 to Mike. 53.
2nd and 4. And this is complete. It's Allen. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1.
Check.
Try to punch it in with Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. Less than an extra point. Badgley able to knock this one through. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, flipper. Check.
Play fake, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, Charlie.
Check, 41. In your face.
Cousins. And that's caught by Smith. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 29-yard line.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 after. Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Protein spill. Check 37. Check 30. Lucky 48.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Antonio Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Chargers 3. Dan Bailey to kick
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come to my work. We won.
Yes, yes. Hey, wahoo. Go, go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Hey, check Mike 15. Mike is a 15. Check
Mike.
Bring it. Bring it. Spot.
They go play action. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, box truck.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 3rd down, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
They started on the ground with Eckler. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Shoot.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And 5 yards to go.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Bailey's kick is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, here we go.
Hey, watch that. Check it.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Pick me up. Here we go.
Hey, Delta.
54. Mike's 54.
From the gun, Herbert escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Hey, Haywood. Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here we go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Five.
Throwing again. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Look at me, zipper, smooth.
55, Mike 55. Okay, double up.
Ready?
2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
What I need?
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Mike.
What I need?
I got one.
Again, it's Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing his Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. 25 yards that time.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50, huh? I got it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Gun.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50. You remember me?
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Vikings 24, Chargers 6. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Switch.
Recon, 152 fighter. Go.
You. Comes to me.
Hey, exit.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Operating from the gun. Herbert, he'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
54's Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Vikings. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know the question will come up. If Antonio Brown is maybe the best receiver in the game, why would you risk him on special teams? I think we just saw why.
I was just going to say, Exhibit A. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, seam 6.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Got you.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check. Watch 54. All day. Watch the edge. Alert 3. Alert.
Hey, Echo.
From the gun, Herbert. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Check 3. Watch twist.
It's Eckler again. call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Set. 60 or.
Crunch time, defense.
Hey, wahoo!
55's my guy, 55. Hey.
Five.
On 3rd down, Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run it again with Cook. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
First down, Vikings.
Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They go quickly here out to Moore. That one's on Garrett Bradbury, the first center taken back in April's draft.
Jahan, 180!
55, Mike. I'm coming.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Completes it to the fullback, Ham. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Complete to C.J. Ham. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Cousins now. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Linval Joseph, his 2nd sack of the night. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You better be.
Hey, orbit.
You better be afraid of me.
54 is Mike.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Herbert eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
7. Topper.
54.
To throw again. Herbert. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yep.
Motion.
Buzz.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Hit it.
From the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Shift. Joker.
Bravo. Big grip.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watch the run.
Hey, Haywood.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong.
Go.
On 4th down, Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 54. They can't hang with us. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Get it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Daniil Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Hey, alert 3. Check.
80 weapon.
Set.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf.
54. Tackle.
Hey, exit.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense.
From the gun, Herbert. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Hey, Zoo.
Fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 55.
Danny.
5.
On 4th down, Herbert. And he's going to go down again. Daniil Hunter. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 49-yard line.
Mike. 3 buzz.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
On the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.